Matt Ducey.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. That party wants to talk about housing, Mr Speaker. Explain this to me. Annual house price percentage in New Zealand, 7.7%. In Canterbury, we have 5.2%. In my electorate, we have 3.5%. 7.7% in New Zealand, 3.5% in the Waimak. And the Waimak electorate is the third fastest growing by population. The reason why, Mr Speaker, is because we've freed up land, we've increased supply, and that's equal demand. And I think the people of New Zealand will be happy to know that we won't be making housing policy based on people's surnames. Mr Speaker, it's great to live in a country that has strong economic growth. It's great to live in a country that has a strong economy. And it's great to live in a country that has strong economic management. Mr Speaker, when we look at job creation, in 2011 we forecasted 171,000 new jobs. I'm happy to say we're on track to create 193,000 new jobs. That's 23,000 jobs extra. And we're forecasting by 2019 another 150,000 new jobs, Mr Speaker. It's great. The reason why? A strong economy, strong economic growth and strong economic management. But the reason we do this, Mr Speaker, is for the well-being of our people. And we know we are promoting well-being, Mr Speaker. The New Zealand General Social Survey, the biggest social survey outside the 5-yearly census, 83% of people rated themselves with their lives highly satisfied. 87% of people rated their sense of purpose as high. And we look at a region like Canterbury, Mr Speaker, with the Sarah Wellbeing Survey, 77% of people rated their lives as good or very good. That's an extra 20% increase on last year, Mr Speaker. We know this is because we have a strong economy, strong economic growth and strong economic management. And we know under Budget 2015 we were able to give low-income earners and the most vulnerable $12 to $25 a week. That's because we care, Mr Speaker, we listen to people and we work hard for them, because we are the working people's party, we're the workers' party. And the New Zealand First didn't even vote to give the most vulnerable $12 to $25 a week. They're not putting New Zealand first, they're putting their party first, Mr Speaker. Last week, Mr Speaker, I visited North Canterbury with my colleague Stuart Smith, the MP for Kaikoura, and Jackie Dean, the Parliamentary Private Secretary for Tourism. We were in North Canterbury because myself and Stuart Smith, as the local MPs, are working hard for North Canterbury. And we were focusing on tourism. And we know, Mr Speaker, in New Zealand, we had 3 million tourists last year, an extra 7%. And by 2021, we would have increased their expenditure by 48%. We're expecting tourism to bring in $11 billion, Mr Speaker. And we know in the Waimakariri, tourism has grown by 7%. And we visited the Alpine Jet. It's great to see their eco-tourism and their adventure-based tourism using a great environmental resource like the Waimak to show international tourists how beautiful this region is. We also visited the Waipara region, the wine region, and great to hear about the vineyards and the wine tourism. We know wine exports for New Zealand's going gangbusters as well, Mr Speaker, but it was great to see the tourism being promoted in North Canterbury by the local vineyards. But the gem of the visit, Mr Speaker, was to visit a small organisation called Farm to Farm Tours, who deliver international inbound and outbound farm tourism based in Rangiora. And it just goes to show the importance of our farming community across all sectors in New Zealand, Mr Speaker. We have a strong economy, strong economic growth and strong economic management which is promoting the well-being of our people. Thank you, Mr Speaker.
Good speech.